What's up everyone, Yellowdot here, and today we will be reviewing XIAO, the Guardian Yaksha. So XIAO, let's go over his profile first. His birthday is 417, he is known as the Guardian Yaksha, also known as the Conqueror of Demons. First of all, let's go over his talents. With a normal attack, Whirlwind Thrust, performs up to 6 consecutive spear attacks, so consumes a certain amount of stamina with a charged attack. Pretty basic stuff on the auto attack. Looks pretty normal to me. Looks like he has a lot of plunge damage going for him though, so that might be his bread and butter right here. Then we have his E, also known as his skill, Lemniscatic Wind Cycling. Wow, that's a mouthful. XIAO lunges forwards, dealing animal damage to opponents in his path. Can be used in mid-air, and it starts with 2 charges. Then we go on his ultimate. XIAO dons the Yaksha mask that set gods and demons trembling millennia ago. Greatly increases XIAO's jumping ability, increases his attack, AoE, and attack damage. Converts attack damage into animal damage, which cannot be overridden by any other elemental infusion. In this state, XIAO will continuously lose HP. The effect of the skill ends when XIAO leaves the field. So it's a lot like Razor, whereas if you were to swap him with a mid-ult, then he just basically loses his ultimate. Then we go over the talents. The passive talents are there: the Conqueror of Evil, Tamer of Demons while under the effect of Bane of all evil, so your ultimate. All damage dealt by XIAO increases by 5%. Damage increases by a further 5% for every 3 seconds the ability persists. The maximum damage bonus is 25%. Then we go to the next one. Dissolution Aeon Heaven Fall. Using your E skill, Lemniscatic Wind Cycling, increases the damage of subsequent uses of Lemniscatic Wind Cycling by 15%. This effect lasts for 7 seconds and has a maximum of 3 stacks. Gain a new stack, refreshes the effect's duration. Interesting. It looks like a very good passive talent right there, if I'm honest. Then we have another passive talent, which is decreases climbing stamina consumption for your own party members by 20%. Not stackable with passive talents that provide the exact same effects. Now we will move on and I will show you what artifacts I'm running. Alright, now we are here at the artifacts. We just are simply running a 4-piece Viridescent Veneer for the animal damage bonus. Of course, I think there might be better options in the future. Definitely 2-piece animal bonus. For the animal bonus seems really massive. I'm not sure about this roll damage. There might be better options such as Gladiator, if I'm honest, 2-piece. Considering that the no infusion can take place based on his ultimate. So as you can see, they're all like +0 except +8 there. All pretty basic pieces, nothing too interesting going on here. Now let's move on to combat. Alright, for the first test, what we will do is try to clear this ley line with just XIAO and see how it will go. Alright, looks like we have Pyro Slimes. Let's see the charge attack. It's nice, it looks like it just knocks opponents up. Dash right there through the enemy. Dash again. It looks like it's very solid. The dash is really satisfying to do. That is what I can say right off the bat. Let's use our ultimate. Alright, now we have pure animal damage. Oh, look at those jumps. Oh, and the damage is insane. Wow, the plunge attacks just seem to be really strong right here. I believe if you hit more than 2 enemies, like with the in your ultimate, while you are dashing, or rather while you're plunge attacking, you deal a lot of damage to each enemy, and you will get an E charge back. So I think it's really solid to experience XIAO for yourself. His gameplay, I have to say, is so far very satisfying. Although we do be almost dead because I didn't bring like a backup healer or anything like that. With that being said, let's go ahead and show his co-op mechanics, whereas we combo him with different characters. Let's move on to the next camp. Alright, now that we're back, I have decided to add some other characters in the party. We have Jean, Venti and Beto in case of any shields that need breaking. So let's start it up and see how we will perform this time. We have a backup healer with Jean. We have all big supports just for Xiao right here. So let's see how that will perform. I also kind of want to try something with Venti here, and whereas when we ult with Venti here, and then we swap to Xiao, and can we dash mid-air? We can. I think that is actually very satisfying. I think you can also immediately dash back and forth. So that would be another very satisfying thing to do, I would imagine. Let's ult again. Oh, it's so satisfying. As you can see, when I jumped, slammed down on 2 enemies, immediately I have 3 charges again on my E. Just like that. That's what I was talking about earlier. Very satisfying gameplay. But I believe that might be one of his constellations, which we will go over in a second. First, let us dash through the air like a madman to see what it feels like. We'll be right back. Let's move on to the next part. Alright, so here we are on Qingyan Peak. Everyone knows that Xiao needs Qingsing flowers by now. So what we're gonna see is how we will be able to collect flowers with Xiao. And let's see if we can like soar dash through midair. Let's have a look. We'll fly, E. Oh, it does work. You can just cancel out of your flight, press your E, and they can continue gliding just like that. I think that is very satisfying to do. You know, it might not look impressive, but it's the small things like that, you know, that make me happy in a character, you know. Even though I just am using his dash currently for just like exploration, of course it has damage purposes as well, you know. There's a lot more to it than it may seem, I guess. Perhaps we can also try dashing over the water like in Guyon Stone Forest after this towards the XIAO Cube, and we can see how that goes. So let's quickly land up here. Look at that, it's so nice. I think it's very satisfying to say the least. Now let's go over here. We collect this, boom. And I'll meet you guys at Guyon Stone Forest. Alright, here we are at Guyon Stone Forest, and we're gonna see if we can make our way towards that place over there where the XIAO Cube is located. We're first gonna place a little pillar with John Lee. Then we're gonna create some air with Venti right here. Boom. We slam down. We swap to Xiao. We fly. Alright, let's go. Boom. 1 dash. Boom. Another dash. Boom. Another dash. Alright, this is as far as we made it. So now we're just gonna dash, swim the rest. And it looks like you will easily make it. Now, it doesn't look too bad at all, but I did use Venti and John Lee as well to kind of assist my boy Xiao over here. But things like that are just satisfying to do, whether it's for exploration or damage dealing, you know. I think his dash is definitely a very satisfying thing to use. Just like that. Now that we have gone over that, let's move on to the constellations. Alright, we are now back at Xiao's constellations. His first constellation coming in strong, giving you 1 more charge of that beautiful dash that you see me using all the time. I think it's the small things like that that are really useful, you know. Sucrose have that with their E. I think there's another character, I believe it might be Klee, that has that as well. I think it's really nice to get 3 dashes. It's really, really satisfying to dash around. Now for the next one, Annihilation Eon Blossom of Kaleidos. When in the party and not on the field, Xiao's energy recharge is increased by 25%. So this is, I guess, useful if you have like batteries such as Bennett or other characters like that to assist Xiao in getting your ult back faster. Then again, I don't think he gains his ult very fast. We will look at that in just a second, and then we can see how much energy he uses for it. But this is not that bad, not that great, I would say, but it's okay. The next one we have 3 levels to your E, just like that. Then we go for the 4th one. When Xiao HP falls below 50%, he gains a 100% death bonus. So I think this is mostly for when you are using his ultimate and your ultimate takes HP away from you. So you get the defense bonus just in case you fall below 50% HP during your ultimate, to make it like basically more or less sure that you don't die from anything strange, you know? Now for the next one, gives your ultimate 3 more levels, and then the final one, Conqueror of Evil, Guardian Yaksha. While under the effect of your ultimate, Bane of All Evil, Hitting at least 2 opponents with Xiao's plunging attack will immediately grant him 1 charge of Lemniscatic Wind Cycling, and for the next 1 second he may use Lemniscatic Wind Cycling while ignoring its cooldown. So this is what I was doing earlier, I guess, whereas I was mentioning that if I plunge attack while I'm in my ult and I hit at least 2 enemies, I immediately got another charge back. I think C6 Xiao is really good. But what do you expect? It's a 5-star C6 character. Of course they're gonna be good. And with that being said, let's go to see what Ascension Materials Xiao will need. Now we are here and we will have a look at what Ascension Materials Xiao will need. Ooh, this is something I did not expect. As much as the next person, I expected Hurricane Seeds, but it's actually Juvenile Jade, a crystalline substance taken from the Primo Geovish Heb. Within it contained the potential to become a dragon. Oh wow. So we're not going to be using Hurricane Seeds, we're going to be using Juvenile Jades to ascend Xiao. That is actually a twist that I did not expect. I truly was expecting Hurricane Seeds, so this comes as a shocker to me too. Wow. Alright, let's move on to our final word for Xiao. Now for Xiao's final word, I have to say I think he's a really good character. His playstyle is very satisfying, but he's more a lone wolf, just like Razor. You kind of want to use him as a solo carrier, I feel like, more than anything, but I do think he's really strong. I just checked his ultimate, by the way. He does require 70 energy for his ultimate, which is not the easiest to charge, but I think if you combo him with like Bandit or something, anything that batteries him up, or Venti even, you know, I think you'll make the best of it, and I think it will be a really strong carry for most teams in the game. And that is about it for Xiao. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Comment, like, whatever you like, and I will see you guys in the next video.